Hey everyone, it's Crystal here from Crystal Creations. Welcome to Teach It Tuesday with the Reading Method. I'm going to give it a few minutes because I know sometimes it takes a little while before people start popping on. And sometimes we don't always see the comments when we go live. So if you're here, give me some thumbs up, give me some hearts, throw up some comments. How's everyone's Easter? Ours was pretty good, a little emotional, I should say. My father-in-law passed away on the 29th, so we had his funeral today. So it was a little bit of a rough Easter, but I hope you guys all had a good Easter. Anyone's here yet? Give me a thumbs up, say hi. How's everyone doing? I want to make sure my screen is the right direction. I turned my camera sideways so I can get a little wider view. I hope that you guys aren't watching me sideways. If you are, let me know and I'll switch it. I can start over or something. If it's sideways, let me know. Today I'm going to teach you backwards knitting. You can see here on my iPad, I have a graph because I'm working on a graph scarf. This is going to be the Alabama Crimson Tide elephant, and I've got an A down here. It's a graph scarf is what I'm doing. So today I'm going to teach you knitting backwards to make doing graphs way easier. You see I have the graph here and I have it marked, like you do, and as you do a line you cross it off. And I am on the knit side of it. If you flip it over, then you're on the purl side of it. And I'm going to show you how to do this without having to constantly be turning it. Every time you turn it, you get these even more, all of your bobbin yarns, which is really a pain in the butt. Hey guys, I see a couple people here. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some hearts. Let me know you're here. So I'm going to finish off this row since I'm on the beginning side, the front side, the knit side. I'm going to finish off this row knitting normally, and then I will show you how to knit backwards without having to turn your work and do a purl side. So this is just finishing off all the same color here to the end. Let me know if it's a little weird. It seems like my camera's trying to focus every 2 seconds, so hopefully it won't be too much of a problem. Okay, so we're at the end here. I'm going to do this last stitch. And then, normally when you're knitting, oh no, I just dropped all those. Let me pick those back up quick before they get lost. Because if you're a knitter and you lose stitches, it's like, oh gosh, the worst thing in the world. Not really, but it's super tricky when you do that. But anyways, so normally when you're knitting and you want this stitch where it's all knit on one side and then it's all purl on the other, you would have to turn the work like this. And then you go back this way, all purl. So because I'm doing a graph and we have all these little bobbins and all these extra color strands, we're going to do it backwards. So we don't have to turn the work, okay? So this line I am done with, so I'm going to go ahead and cross this line off. And this app that I'm using on my iPad is called Youdoodle, Youdoodle. It's a free app, and it's super handy for GraphGans because you can upload your picture into it, your graph, and then you can draw over it so you know where you're at to keep track of your GraphGan. Okay, let me get the right direction so I see what I'm doing here. Oops, I don't want to draw down there. Okay, so now the next row, I am doing 2, 4, 6 of the dark gray. So we already have the dark gray at the end here, and I'm going to do 6 stitches. So to do a backwards stitch, you keep, it's a little bit kind of weird at first because you keep the needle with all the stitches in your right hand, and the needle with no stitches in your left hand. So it's backwards. Okay, so you insert your left hand hook to the back. Okay, did you see where I did that? Instead of to knit, you're going to go to the back here. Okay, and then you're going to take your yarn and you're going to yarn over towards the back. Hey Jody, how's it going? Pull through and then slip this stitch off the hook. So there's your first backwards knit stitch. And then we'll do the next one. Again, you put your left hand hook in from the back. It's going to thunder here in a second. We're getting a bad storm. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Just lightning and thundered. So you yarn over then, and you pull through, and you take that stitch off. So we're doing backwards knitting if you're just jumping in. Doing a graph. How many of you guys do grafghans? Have you ever done a grafghan before, knitting or crocheting even? A lot of people do corner to corner grafghans crocheting. So that's pretty fun. I'm making a scarf here right now. And I'm showing how to knit backwards so that you don't have to be constantly turning your work. And you can really do this with any project where you want to be all knit on the front and all purl on the back. This is, see, and it's making knit stitches because we're knitting backwards. So again, to knit backwards, you insert your left hand needle from the back. Then you yarn over. I always bring my yarn from the front and then to the back. And then go through the stitch and slip the other one off. So there you go. I've got 4 stitches on my left hand needle now. And you can see they're all knit stitches. So you don't have to turn your work. You knit normally going this way, and then you work all the stitches back to your left needle for going backwards. Okay, so let me see. I've got 4 dark gray. I think that's what I need. No, I needed 6. Let's see. Let me double check. Because when you're doing graphs, if you know, you always have to really pay attention here. 2, 4, 6. 6. I find myself counting a lot. 2, 4, and then we got to do 6. So 2 more. So slip it in from the back. Wrap your yarn around. I go front to back. Pull it through and slip that stitch off. Now we're changing a color, but I'm keeping this dark gray, but I'm just switching over to this black one here. Oops, sorry, I got out of camera there. So again, for the backwards knitting, you slip in from the back with your left needle, yarn over, pull through, and then slip the stitch off. And there you go. And let me tighten it up from the back here, because I got all these color changes and stuff, so you're constantly adjusting all the tails in the back. Hey Kathy, how's it going? So there we go. We got 4 stitches backwards knitted, and then it looks like the knit on the front, and then you flip it over on the back, it looks like a purl. So there you go. That's just a quick trick if you're trying to do graphs. That way you can do, knits on the front, purls on the back, without having to turn your work and get it all super tangled up. So that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I can even private message you or private video with you, something like that too, if you need me to go a little bit slower. But knitting backward, quick and simple. I hope you guys had a super good Easter and a good weekend and all that. Again, this app was called Youdoodle, Youdoodle. It's free on the App Store, and I love it because you can put your graphs in here and then just swipe it off when you get that row done. Have a good evening, guys. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.